My name is Eddie McNair. I'm in Plymouth, North Carolina, Washington County. Population probably around 13,000, and it's steady dropping. This is home for me. I'm farming all this land out here. It was owned by my great-grandfather. Over 200 some acres on this road, and I'm told that a farm out here on Long Ridge Road is about 200 acres. He lost that because of a mule, so this white guy loaned him money to get a mule. And out of trickery or something, he couldn't pay the man for the mule, so they took the farm. He owed, I think, it was $1,200 on the entire farm. And he had 9 kids, and either they couldn't afford it or didn't want it. So he lost everything. And that's been my father and his first cousin came together, and they bought this portion and a portion on the road. When I first got started, it was fun. And my father, he was strict, but he was very understanding. But he didn't play around. He would show how to do it, and he would always tell her, this is how it should be done. Do it right the first time, and you won't have to do it again. And I look back now and I really appreciate what he taught, how he taught us. He taught us hard work, how to work. And on the farm, if you know anything about a farm, there's always something to do on a farm. I mean, you're always busy doing something. And that's what we did. The boys were called primers, we primed tobacco. Okay, and the girls worked, they called shelter hand. They worked at the barn, looped tobacco, and the boys hung it up. In this neighborhood, okay, there was 4 farmers, all kin, and we all worked together. Our day for putting tobacco was on a Tuesday. My cousin on Monday, one on Thursday, and we go from place to place, help each other out. And that's how we survived back then. They worked together. The last day of tobacco, putting in tobacco, we all have a big dinner. I mean, a big dinner. My mother loved to cook, and she would fix chicken, ham, collards, and potatoes, sweet potatoes, white potatoes, the cornbread, everything, and Kool-Aid. We couldn't afford soda, Kool-Aid. But it was fun. It was fun. Everybody came there to eat and just enjoy. And sometimes, as things got going along, we would be fortunate that we go to the store and get a big old bucket of barbecue. And boy, when we got the barbecue, man, we were out on the hog there. We weren't used to that. But it was fun. My cousin told me at one time, most of the farmland in Washington County were owned by blacks. Everything on this road at one time were owned by the Moore family and the Walker family. My father, mother was the Walker. They owned a lot of land back here. Okay, and my grandfather married Walker. So that's how he got, McNair came in. And my Aunt Dolly was a Moore, but her father left the land to her, and she married my Uncle Thomas McNair. And that's how the McNair, this became back the road. In '65, they had the Free Mature program, and I was a rising senior at the all-black high school. I was playing football, so I wanted to go back to the black school with my classmates. I played football. Okay, the parents were supposed to sign the paper where you wanted to go. I didn't give the paper to my father. I signed my own paper to go back to the black high school. My dad didn't know this. About 2 weeks before school opened, and the principal of the black school and said, Mr. McNair, I want to thank you for letting Edward, I want to thank you for letting Edward come back to the union for the last year. Dad said, what? He's your son. He come back to Union for last year. He said, no, he's not. He's going to Plymouth High School. He said, no, I got his paper, and he's coming back to Union. By that time, I came along, and there's Eddie, come over here. Tell Mr. Wilkins that you are going to Plymouth High School. I paused. I said, no, sir. What you mean? I said, I signed my paper to go back to Union. He said, you're not going. You're not going. And I said, no, you're not going. We came home. He didn't say anything, I'll be home. I was scared. Okay, so what happened? For the first 3 days, I didn't go anywhere because they went to the school system, and they were Peter McNair, my father, and they were saying, well, he signed the paper to go back to the Roper. And Peter said, no, he wasn't supposed to sign. His parents was supposed to sign the paper. And they said, well, you can't do anything about that now. No, they said, yes, we can. And for 3 days, we didn't go anywhere. The first year of integration, it was so bad. We were on national news. NBC nightly news, we were on news. The Grand Marshals told them that anybody marching in this for civil rights, kill them. They were going to shoot, kill them. Okay, somehow, President Johnson heard about that. He called the governor, Terry Sanford, and told him to call the Grand Master of the Ku Klux Klan and let him know, if one black get killed, I'm going to call in the National Guard. Every black that was killed, I'm about to kill the Klan. And they stopped it. They stopped. It was tough. We would set up here and watch them burn crosses across the road, up the road. As I said, 50 years later, when my niece graduated from high school, guess what? In her class, I graduated, there were 7 blacks in my class of 66. The graduating class. The graduating class of 2016, there were 5 white and the rest black. On the football team, there were like maybe 2 or 3 whites, rest black. So it's right back to what it was 60 years ago. And so now there's a brand new school now. There's only one school in the county. One school. And they go from pre-K to 12. And they have open house next week. It's a whole lot that needs to be done, even today. It's so difficult, even right now, 2024, and we're still struggling trying to get equal rights. We told our daughters, listen, be honest with us. God forbid, if God were to call your mother not home today, will y'all sell the farm? They said, no. Y'all have worked too hard for us to get rid of it. Quite frankly, as long as they're not going to sell the farm, they don't have to do a thing on the farm. Just keep the land. My thing is to turn the whole farm into a recreational farm. I want a whole community. If we can get a community to work together, we could turn this whole community into another, Black Wall Street. Because it's a lot back there to be done. The kids here finish high school, go off to college, and guess what? They're not coming back. Because there's no job here for them. You know, so we need to do something to bring the kids back to this area, because if not, eventually it can be just senior citizen here. You know, and you don't need that. So that's where we are.